Hi, welcome to my channel. So today I would like to talk about something very interesting. I would like to talk about spiritual gifts. So if you're new to my channel, hi, I welcome you. And if you like this video, please feel free to give it a thumbs up, comment, like, share, and subscribe. So let's get into it. So, spiritual gifts. There are quite a lot of spiritual gifts out there. This is something that I'm very new to as well, something I've been learning along my journey as I've started seeing my own spiritual gifts cultivating and growing. So from my understanding, I never really had a high understanding of spirituality. From my Christian background, I've only known that, to connect with God or higher power or higher source, you go to church or you pray. There's certain prayers that you do. Well, I grew up Catholic, so there were certain prayers that we would do for certain reasons. And I never really understood that with spirituality, that it's not actually one-sided. Not only do we have the ability to communicate with God, but God has the ability to communicate back to us, and we are able to feel and interpret this communication. So from my understanding of spirituality, from just my experiences with African spirituality, I've known that there's the select few that have the ability to communicate with God, higher source, higher power, okay, or your ancestors or spirit guides and angels, with whoever, whatever you connect to and resonate with. I just learned recently, as I went on my own, and I'm still going on my own journey, that there are actual spiritual gifts that vary, okay, and I started to learn the ones that I have. So there may be a lot more. I'm not an expert in this. The only thing I'm going to share with you are the ones that I am aware of and the ones that I've experienced or may have known people that have these certain gifts. Okay, so the first one I want to talk about is clairvoyance. So clairvoyance is the ability to see beyond this dimension, beyond this realm. So you may be able to see into the future, actually visualize, like your spiritual gift that you may be communicated to through visualization. So it's maybe images, and it's very closely linked with the third eye, but the third eye is responsible for all the spiritual gifts. But this spiritual gift is specifically the ability to see the future, the ability to see other beings, other dimensions, the ability to communicate with spirit through visualized communication. Something that I recently realized as well is that maybe before I was on this journey, I was so used to just communication just being verbal, but in terms of the spirit world, it's not really verbal. Verbal communication is usually what we know as humans. And if you even think of nature as its own, like other animals are always communicating. It's not just us humans that have the ability to communicate. Animals communicate with one another and they don't talk, So there is a deeper level of communication that is of the spirit that animals are attuned to, and that we are, depending on how spiritually aligned and attuned you are and what gifts that you have, because not everyone has the same gifts and uses them the same way, or it doesn't always show up with the same people in the same way. So for me, I do have the ability and the gift of clairvoyance, but I wouldn't say it's my strongest gift, but it's definitely a gift out there. So most psychics are clairvoyant, so it's one of their stronger gifts. They can tap into the future. They just are that attuned at that level. Another gift, this gift I think for me is one of my stronger ones, the gift of clairaudience. So clairaudience is the ability for you to hear well, to hear beyond this dimension. So you may be able to receive information, spiritual information through your ears. So you'll basically hear things that are there, but others may not actually have the ability to hear at that hyper level. So usually beings of higher dimensions may be communicating with you through clairaudience. You may be hearing sometimes it may be voices, it may be certain sounds. You know, the more you tune in as well to that gift, it really heightens and it expands. For me, I realize as well it's beyond just hearing other beings or from other dimensions, but you will even hear spiritual insight or messages through people's voices, through songs. Like if a message is coming to you through a song, like a certain lyric or a certain verse, you will hear that message, and other people may not really fully understand, but you will have that insight. Okay, for me it's a very one of my stronger gifts. Usually as well, if you are someone who's clairaudient, you will love music. You will love music. You may be a producer. You may have that talent. You may also sing as well, because it is your kind of that gift that you have to really tap into sounds that are beyond even what we may understand or see in this physical dimension. And another gift as well that I've picked up and I've noticed is the gift of claircognizance. So this is a gift where you will get spiritual insight. It will come through to you divinely as a thought. Sometimes it can just be your intuition, but it will, like, something will come up to you and you'll just know as well. Like you'll get insight from like a divine download, and you'll just know that it's something of high significance. You know, your whole soul will kind of, you know, affirm it, and it may be affirmed as well through physically. You know, for me, I would get like a divine message, you know, like maybe someone is doing A, B, and C, and like later on in my life, I'll that same download, and it'll be a thought, and I'll even question them, like, hey, where's this coming from? Like, what? But you'll feel like it's, you know, it's the truth, it's everything, and then it can be confirmed to you. So for me, it's also one of my strong gifts. I'll just have the ability to download or channel that message, and it will come in the form of a thought, or it can come in the thought of a form of an idea. It's one of the gifts as well. It's not as common, I think, as most the gifts that I've researched, but I realize it's a gift that I have. And then another one, I think this is my big one as well. It's clairsentience, so it's the ability to feel. So if you're an empath, your stronger gift will be clairsentient, and I'm an empath, so I feel. Okay, you can feel energies, you can feel other people's energies, you can just feel. Yeah, you feel. So your gift is your emotion, it's your emotional strength. It's the gift of actually tapping into people's energy. So when someone is coming to me, even if they're not saying anything, like I can read the energy by just feeling how their emotions are. When I started learning about this gift, I really didn't know how to distinguish between other people's emotions and mine, because the thing is, you'll feel those people's emotions as if they are yours. The more you learn about it, the more you develop the gift, you are able to distinguish between your own emotions and other people's emotions. And it's a very powerful gift, because you have the ability to transcend energy, to transcend your own energy and other energies, and most empaths are healers. So yeah, this is my video on spiritual gifts. I may not have said all of them, but these are the ones that I'm aware of. And if you are someone who also has these gifts, like, feel free to comment and share, and what were your experiences? How did you learn about these gifts? And if you like this channel, you know what to do, honey. Subscribe. And if you like this video, give it a thumbs up. Thank you for watching my channel. Many blessings to you.